Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another wondrous, another smashing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dame. We're off here to 1 vs 1 on a Langara Winter. We shall be watching here Ozena fighting for the Soviet Union for the glory of Comrade Stalin and the 50th Rifle Corps. And apparently partisan commander tactics are chosen by Ozena. Fancy. So far I've only really seen me using it lately. But let's see how Ozena handles it versus them shall be BlazingStorm. Fighting for Germany, for the Reich. With Jäger armor, spearhead and assault support. He forms the Kampfgruppe Schulz. The two grenadiers on the way for BlazingStorm. Back to Ozena. No early buildings up for him, just conscripts. And probably more conscripts. Still partisans, been a bit of a while. Does offer a bit of this and that. Though a bit interesting he chooses that early on. Usually I tend to sort of wait to see if there's something I can actually use the partisan commander on. Of course some maps lend themselves better to it. Langer scare can to a certain extent work, though it's not always going to be guaranteed. It rather depends on your placement on the map. And of course how your opponent plays. It's better they're used against players who do tend to play a bit more loosely with particularly the support units, as that's where really the partisans excel at appearing and causing harm, havoc and sadness. But several conscripts there rhyming for Ozena. Few they're secured. We do note here that BlazingStorm is focusing a bit up at the same time, though he might be a bit careful about letting things a bit too extended early on. Always something you should be wary of. But so far, very broad sweep here from Ozena. MG42 arriving, sich schweres Maschinengewehr. Grenadier slightly falling back. Here's the conscripts advance through the deep, unforgiving, very cold snow. Coming under fire there from the Grenadiers, firing from Seville. We note here one Grenadier squad is rather advancing out on its own a bit much here. BlazingStorm needs to be a bit careful there. That could easily end up back from Belgo. Pioneers forming a small defensive line of Grenadiers moving to support. And there we go. Ozena realizes this is a bad situation and pulls back faster than something that pulls back really fast. But can't go sneaking about there.
You need something built?
Special rifle command going up here for Ozena.
The hard part will be keeping it.
MG42 also mounting up, and we're noting here third Grenadier squad. Of course, all the while Ozena is kept abreast of his opponent's troop call-ins, thus ensuring he won't be caught entirely off guard no matter what.
We built it.
And there we go, special rifle command. Troops hanging about here. Ozena might be able to crack a bit of life into them.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
And there we go. Scout car then on the way here for Ozena. The M3A1. Can't go sneak about there. Might be going to ambush. No Molotovs though. No anti-tank grenades. Just hoorah. And the most on that gun. But there we go. Cutting off from his fuel. Nice little conduct assault here. Needs to be a bit careful though. This part is a bit more exposed. But there we go. Head on assault here from Ozena from one angle. Constant trying to set up here. He's going for a bit of a Langara scare pin. Fourth Grenadier squadron winning. Though if he wants to really pull this off, he needs a command bunker to sort of help him establish a position at the front line to help reinforce front. He could probably establish one right here, to be honest. The question is, will he actually be doing it? Do you see a fourth Grenadier squad there? Might be a bit. I mean, if he's going to keep playing this and mortar and MG42, more might have been more wise. Well, that's just merely my opinion. But again, a command bunker, if he's absolutely insistent on going for a pin like this, would do a lot for him, or maybe a machine gun bunker, but a bunker indeed is a bit vital here to sort of camp around this point. And currently he could pull it off. Of course we'll have to see how he handles it. Pioneers and Minesweepers not taking any chances, except for one, which is the fact that Pioneers are down to 2 health, and the only thing that's holding them together is a pack of ketchup in their pockets, acting as the red fluid running through their veins.
I am needed.
But Sniper's there arriving, and he actually cancelled the scout card, then got Sniper, and then the scout card realising the situation here again, a command or machine gun bunker could also prove quite helpful and handy. S-Mine's going up here. Not bad, not bad. Actually using the advantage to actually lay down mines. That's another opportunity right here for BlazingStorm.
You want me?
Not a bad one either. And also setting up their good spot, by the way. Always a position where someone might try to flank them, of course, having S-Mines. There's definitely going to make that a slightly more painful experience. So again, having something that could have helped reinforce and hold the line could have been a nice move as well.
Hold the line, engineers.
Of course, that is merely my opinion. Grenadiers need to fall back, though. Tried to rotate the snipers there, but realised his position was much too exposed. Grenadiers here covering the flank, and the likely pioneers continuing. Looks like the match on left, and more S-Mines. Continuing to hold down here, continuing to nice opponent fuel. Of course, right now, Ozena could have popped in some parts and gone after the pioneers there, and assaulted the pioneers himself. Hell, he could even have popped the partisans here and gone for the fuel point. I mean, partisans also great for harassment, particularly opponent plays like this. So that's just a little small thought there. But so far, Ozena really hasn't been using it very actively. Of course, passively, he's still getting something out of it. So, of course, never all rubbish. But I can't help but feel he could do a bit more with a bit more active partisan users. Then again, he feels maybe expending manpower then right away, which, of course, is a valid concern. But noting he's going straight for the fuel point, ensuring that even if he loses this point, his opponent won't be getting, and he's laying down a rather splendid S-mine fuel there as well. So that's quite lovely. Scout car, oh, he retreated right there. At the same time, I can understand, but at the same time, there's this close chance of actually getting the scout car. I think if he'd switched over to incendiary armor piercing rounds, but again, the chance of losing the Grenadier or empty crew could also have been rather high. So it could have gone both ways, and I certainly respect him for putting that right there. That's unlikely myself in the same situation, probably done so. And again, I might not. But there you go. Going to reconnect another fuel there to the right. In fact, he's got it here, albeit very briefly. As that munitions point is soon going to be neutral and then Soviet. Medic bunker up in his base. Another pioneer squadron stuff you're not seeing any sign of taking up so far. Tripwire flare mines up. Fancy that. Fancy that. And we do see here that Ozena maybe have realised that things might not be quite in his favour anymore after losing that much map, so he's already getting minesweepers out. Good. Kanska's moving in. Oorah! What do these signs mean, Yuri? I don't know. Oh, that's what they mean. In this case, it doesn't actually end up too badly. He only suffers a bit of health loss. Large Grenadier force springing forward here for BlazingStorm. He needs to be a bit more careful there with his infantry. He's blowing up that much. He could end up with a different kind of BlazingStorm as all of his men catch on fire. Scout carrier pulling back. Desperately trying to get there. One straight shot coming up, coming doing what they can as well. So basically late, and there goes the scout comet down. Just dive by Konskis moving in. Fuel point on the left side being secured there. And minesweeper engineers there clearing out some of the mines, but not all of them.
Sniper standing.
But a large sweeping advantage on the right flank. Nothing going on the left flank. Grenadiers or conscripts there slightly guarding the sniper answering fire by being inside the building. In fact, he's taking up further. He might be going straight for support armor core. A bit of a while since we've seen that, actually. No, again, continuing his play. It could be slightly explained, but then again, he should have done a bunker up here. That would really sort of further play towards that. I mean, what he's then would be then playing for is a bit of a delaying strategy, in which case, of course, you know, setting a strong point and then basically doing your best to hold back your opponent for a while is key. Second sniper team on the way for Ozena. Looks like he's really wants to drain those fascists of life and happiness and fascism.
Conscripts here.
Comrade?
All done so by the mercenary gun scoped rifle. But second sniper team now arriving. Going for the point there, S-mines could be helpful. Munitions point there falling away, and that could definitely hurt any plans of S-mines. Also noting he could actually consider a light machine gun for at least one squad of Grenadiere. Eine leichtes Maschinengewehr.
You have orders? We are taking losses!
Reload there. Noting still no upgrades for the conscripts, just the field infirmary.
Your command?
Very depleted Grenadier squad here, fighting most of the conscripts over there. Bit of a risky move.
One standing by.
And there we go, snipers opening up, and then the MG crew needs to fall back. Spy network available, still no sign of lots of partisans. Support armor core is up. He could right now go for a Stug or a flak panzer very soon. In fact, considering the way he's at fuel, Could maybe play at that and sort of hope for a small advantage there, or of course a Panzer IV.
How can we help?
Mechanized Armor Company up here for Ozena. On the other hand, won't be getting anything soon because again the fuel and other resource there have been rather denied to him for quite a bit of a while.
There are no cowards here.
Okay, that's the last one.
Ooh, very close to setting off a minefield there. Yuri.
Ready for your orders.
And over to BlazingStorm. And he in fact lost the MG42 there, rather unfortunate. Handing it over there to Comrade Stalin and his comrades. Looks like he wants to set up a minefield here in case he might rush for the fuel or the cut-off point directly. Apparently decides to run away from that point. I wonder why that was. Another minefield going out. Flamethrower engineers are moving up. Can the Pioneers finish it? Catch the engineers indirectly a minefield. Oh no, he cancelled it. Oh, he could have caught them right there. Oh, so close, BlazingStorm. So close, but no cigar. And no Sprengminen in the face of the Russians. Bit of a sad situation there.
The enemy is attempting to steal
But there you go.
sector.
Perilously close, but again, due to the signs, you can't see where he can move, and the other half of the minefield is, or fuel point is largely clear. Still a bit of a sad situation. They didn't quite finish it right there. That could really, I think, caught his opponent off guard. We do see a Panzer IV on the way here, a Panzerkampfwagen here. Also a bunch of fuel here available. He could consider fuel cache to sort of help further his fuel advantage, or a munitions cache to further fuel his mines. Or something else entirely, though I don't think he should be floating that much resource in, particularly considering otherwise what he's got. Another MG, another mortar, more grenadiers could be an option right there for BlazingStorm. And we can see Ozena is definitely feeling rather defensive at the moment. Minefields moving up there, clearing out the entire field there. And there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 4. Pinto-mounted machine gun going up. Lots of S-mines going down here. BlazingStorm seems very intent of setting off a blazing storm of explosions under his opponent's feet. Like the mechanized company, interesting choice they could be getting for panzer gunners or packs or half-tracks or scout cars. I still think a fuel cache might also be quite handy. That, of course, is merely my opinion. And there we go, like a mechanized company. Panzermechanon up, perhaps feeling he might not have quite pushed the advantage strongly enough. But at the same time, I think he should just try and push forward with his Panzer IV. Oh, we do actually see now something. Anti-tank partisans there, equipped with a trio of anti-tank rifles. Spring tripwire flare mine going off there. Bit of fireworks. And there you go, MG42 opening up as well. The gun is here not doing too well. Apparently the partisans, he managed to kill one poor sort with his anti-tank rifle. So really the first more active usage of the partisan commander. Men beginning to freeze to death here for BlazingStorm. Anti-tank going off here to penetrate. Could see a country squad going down there. Can the Panzer IV get it? Firefly Helmut. No, apparently not. And using the minesweepers there to advance to the minefield again. Good job. Definitely proving their worth this match around, though we still got one here slotted in, making things more difficult for the following advanced troops.
Access to mortar half-tracks for mobile indirect fire.
And another anti-tank grenade this time does penetrate and damage the engine. Consequences of grenadiers here. And we note here a spearhead has been chosen, and we're noting a mortar half-track eliminating choice there for BlazingStorm. A bit of light artillery of the more self-propelled kind. Still, I can't help but feel the lack of infantry and other units going to have a bit. Gunners need to fall back. Zurückfallen. And still no light machine guns, by the way. He's rather missing out on one way to actually build himself a strong advantage as well. So that, I think, could have been handled a bit better there by BlazingStorm. And certainly to what extent he had an advantage seems to be slightly running out now. As he then sort of doesn't quite exploit it as strongly as I think he could be doing. Which is certainly unfortunate. But there you go, Panzer Grenadier squad on the way. Commies moving straight into the Panzer IV's line of fire. There we go. Repairs finished and Panzer Grenadiers arriving. Got the snipers here working well on the Pioneers. Pioneers need to fall back. They're desperately trying to get that fuel point, but at the same time they're rather making themselves targets over the snipers.
Killing us!
Apparently they knocked out the fire pit as well.
This is hopeless! Retreat!
Grenadiers
reinforce!
Enemy troops
Hands are
attacking!
grenadiers!
At least some more infantry, Panzergrenadiere with their Sturmgewehrs. The SCG-44. Rushing straight into it, apparently wasn't quite expecting a minefield, and there go an H-85 tank destroyer arriving here for Ozena. That could definitely prove nicer for the Panzer IV. On the other hand, if the Panzer IV pulls off a successful flank, on the other hand, the Panzer IV will be in more trouble. But we do note he's actually using the Partisans that looks like to actually lay down mines. Good. We also noting Ozena's actually flowing 300 munitions. That's good. More tripwire flare mines, actually good use of them. It actually makes things easier for the MG42 and the snipers. That's actually pretty clever. Pretty clever use there by Ozena of such mines to make things easier. And also set up a pretty interesting defense. Clever work there. Definitely quite impressive and definitely commendable. Sniper though close to getting wiped out. That Panzer IV, Panzer was covering. Pack 40 though taking hits. SU-5 moving in. Pack 40 missing. But Country's actually moving in. Oh dear, and there we go. Ozena did end up losing the squad. Panzer IV rolling back. Not recruiting that pack, that could have been interesting, but then again, might also lift the last Panzer goes open to a sniper shot, which I certainly won't blame him for not finding very interesting as a concept. Pioneers left over there. Anti-tank Panzers once more leaning away. I'm not entirely sure why Siemens insisted on doing it like that. Mortar rounds going in there from the Granaten Wagen. Pretty comfortable with shots continuing for that. Oh! Well done there by the mortar crew. Got the sniper team there, leaving Ozena short one squad there. Well, one team. Now it seems like BlazingStorm is leaving his opponent a bit more sad. Pop smoke though. Pop smoke and Panzerfaust then grab. Oh, this pack seems to have been wrecked. There you go though, Panzerfaust. Sadly though, he doesn't have anything to pursue it with. Although he's getting Panzerfaust, he can't help the field's a bit late. A Stug right now could be an option. Then again, another Panzer IV might be a better option considering the tank destroyers on the field and would allow him a bit more maneuverability. So I do something. He looks like he's over there, but at the same time, MG42 they're moving up problems, pressing the Panzergrenadiere. Panzer VI almost done. There we go. Large infantry counter-attack going in. Panzer VI needs to be careful. There you go, a bit of damage going off, but still have to retreat in the face of such Soviet resistance. MG42 almost being cleared out at the same time. If only maybe also pull up that mortar, took a bit closer to the front line, he might be able to push a bit further. And at the same time, an MG42 might also have helped on his Grenadiers. That was a bit of a close call right there. Maybe a bit too close. Maybe a bit too close.
Yes.
And we do see a flak Panzer on the way, and an interesting move considering what is on the field. Could still do quite a bit if utilised properly. Anti-tank Panzer moving home to get that mortar half-track with the PTRSs.
You guys, listen to me if you want to live.
Half-track is under fire!
Schützen here.
Ready for orders.
Standing by.
In general, though, Panzers did not necessarily take direct part in combat actions, though in some cases I think they were just more active, like doing Operation Backrash, and otherwise they generally sort of dealt with rear units. Oh, Panzer unit utterly wiped out there. Nice shot there from the Panzerkampfwagen 4.
Ostwind ready for deployment.
But largely sort of dealt with the rear guard units being hunted down by them. Occasionally a full SS division would be mobilized to deal with them, and not just one of the more or less grand ones. So a little fun thing there, and of course the Partisans could be of all different groups, some Soviet, some less Soviet, more national. And they will also not be too uncommon for them to actually compete or even fight against each other. And in some cases for the Germans to use that, as was the case in Poland, where the Soviet Partisans and the Polish Partisans weren't necessarily great friends.
Ostwind loaded and ready.
But an anti-tank rifle is shot by the Grenadiers, denying it to the enemy. Though it won't actually be able to have much of an impact towards his opponent's units. Flak Panzer here. I mean, if you could pull off a flanking assault from here, could probably do it, in particular with Panzer IV Blitzkrieg. Then again, Blitzkrieg's perhaps not that effective, so at the same time, even then, a launch proper assault from the right angle could do the trick. Incendiary round going off. Flak Panzer almost racked. Not good. Head-on assault here with the Grenadiers, not being well executed there, needs to pull back.
You need something?
At least he's got several pioneers to help with the repairs, that is good. That is quite necessary. And looks like here Ozena's adding in more tank destroyer firepower to prepare versus further armour. That should help. Oh, moving in again through that very small gap, making things further easy for that Panzer IV. Almost got the sniper team as well. Almost. Damn close there, but time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is BlazingStorm, after having blazed forwards, is a bit on the back foot here. Things are not looking as grand right now. And he's certainly getting in slightly further and further trouble, in particular now his opponent's gotten 2 Su-85s. He'd rather miss an opportunity to really rush in his panzers and do some serious damage before any sort of armor arrives. Again, considering it's really surprising he helped back so much, considering he knew how much he'd helped the fuel points, so that's a bit unfortunate. And so Nolta has failed to sort of build on any, or well, capitalise on that advantage by not filling any more forward bunkers. I think he catches up here more at the rear lines, which I definitely think is a bit unfortunate as well. So rather than I need to pull off some kind of more clever flanking assault, maybe save up for a second Panzer IV, then launch an assault from here, I think. Having first set some pioneers to sort of ensure nothing is in the way, and then rushing in behind the Su-85s and knocking them out. In particular, if Ozena insists on keeping using focus sight, that could easily make things a lot more easy for a flanking assault to pull off. But if you can do that, I think he has a good chance of actually turning things around once more. This could also work, but there's a lot more deep snow. And again, there's buildings and other things that could make things a bit harder to sort of fully get off a proper flanking assault. So that might not be the best. Again, I think right here and then attacking through here and then getting behind would be the best move, with a second Panzer IV in tow. Though, of course, there's a second option, which involves getting a Stug, maybe a pack, then flanking it, and then once the Su-85s begin dealing with that, the Stug attacks from the front, maybe with a pack and tow as some other Panzer gunners, and then that way he catches them between 2 wedges. That could also be an excellent idea there for BlazingStorm to pull off. He could, of course, also try and wait for a Tiger, but if he really is going to insist on that, he's going to need several fuel caches, I think, to really make it work without giving his opponent too much time to add further tank destroyers or other fun things. So those would definitely be my thoughts on the matter. He should also consider upgrading some of his Grenadiers for light machine guns. It's a bit unfortunate that he's not getting that, and that could really help further versus Ozena's infantry. So those are the thoughts. Of course, a fourth option, well, for dealing with this, could also be popping a smoke screen down here and then charging straight through. In particular, the way he set things up, it would allow him actually to sort of quickly get close with at least one tank and then get behind, tank destroy and get behind it. As for Ozena, very little infantry. Definitely, I think, needs to replenish some of those infantry troops. Might also want to pop some parts and do a bit of harassment here. That could definitely be a bit fun. And aid him a bit as well. But more infantry is needed. Otherwise, he could consider either getting some Su-76s for some light artillery and also anti-tank support, or Katyushas for then but more vicious artillery support versus his opponent. But again, more infantry should be a priority. His infantry is not going to last much longer that way, and that's going to leave the rest of his units much more vulnerable. So really, more infantry is a priority. He could consider some Stravniki as some slightly more damaging infantry up close. He could just get more conscripts as they are cheaper. Mines on the flanks would be good, in particular again, since this is pretty much one of his more vulnerable spots. Mines here would be a good move. Otherwise, you should probably try and keep up pressuring, and assault from here might work slightly, or from here. But then again, because he's got tank destroyers ahead on assault, more sweeping one, though perhaps also a bit more creeping one, might be the idea, supported by Katyushas or several Su-76s providing barrages. But back to the fight. I was looking in terms of damage. Actually, rather close BlazingStorm, though does have a kill advantage.
Taking fire!
He does have the kill advantage.
Engineer standing by.
You have orders?
Of course, an infantry assault launch from here could, on the other hand, also work quite nicely for BlazingStorm, that is.
Full strike.
Panzer IV almost prepared, also getting rather close there to Veteran 2. That would definitely benefit him quite as well.
Blizzard.
Quite a bit, and there we go, fuel cache out. A bit late though, a bit late. I think had he had done up that further, I think he would have had a slightly stronger advantage.
Enemy forces are capturing
Panzer
our
IV rolling back, Flak Panzer not doing much. Needs to be a bit careful, getting too defensive and then passive there. BlazingStorm.
Structure complete. Tank destroyer here.
Fire pit up.
The fuel cache is finished.
And then of course his opponent also then of course knows there's a fuel cache up. Setting about repairing sat Granatenwerferwagen. Fire pit could actually be quite handy right now for BlazingStorm. There we go, his troops are beginning to freeze out a bit. Sniper team working. Oh! Ooh. Playing a rather dangerous game there, Ozena. And looks like he realises it. And there go mines going down from Ozena as well. Good, good. Several mines going down, in fact. Good, really good. He's realising he needs to get down there because, again, there's going to be some things that would be a definite issue for him. Indeed, just as hoped.
Mines all set. Sniper ready. You need something demolished?
That's definitely going to give the H-35s a bit more of a defensive advantage.
What are your
Check lines going up here again, sort of things to help spot out things. Probably also up for the H-35s, and of course anything can set them off, including vehicles, which of course means that the H-35 can all of a sudden get a bit more. Oh hey! Target, comrades! Targets! Let's shoot!
eager for action?
But Katusha on the way there for Ozena.
Mines blunted. Now rocket launcher on the field.
Lots of mines, in fact, going down. He's also noted he's actually laying down some cases around the fire pitch. That's a good move. If they want to sort of huddle around. Ah, it's a fire. Pfft, my legs! Why would this happen? Spotting mines there with the minesweepers. But good defensive operations. Still flooding a ton at the same time. He's not using spy network either. That could actually help him predict his opponent's movements using the minimap.
Supply sector under attack.
Spotted here by the Flak Panzer. But at the same time, thanks to the blizzard, can't see much until it's a bit too late. But at the same time, oh, minesweepers being used to clear up the left flank, but good. Katusha flying. Not entirely sure why everything's not coming up so close to each other here. Bit of mistake right there by BlazingStorm, and he does end up taking a few rocket hits to the face. That I think could have been handled a bit more wisely.
You need something demolished?
Just a bit more wisely. Looks like he's aiming for a Tiger tank here. Mr. BlazingStorm. And is he freezing to death? Careful, Forsicht.
You need some. You have gained access.
But rather seem to have turned into a lot more passive fighting here. Both players a bit unsure what to do.
We have it.
Let's going to speed this up. BlazingStorm needs to show a bit more backbone though.
The men say
Getting close to the Tiger. Just one more minute. Well, maybe 1.5 actually.
Now we have their attention. The enemy has 300 points remaining.
See, he's actually pulling back. He's maybe expecting a bit more, and there we go. Looks like he's attacking, but oh, careful, BlazingStorm. Forsicht. You're doing it without much support, much cover. He's blitzing up, but again, blitzkrieg really isn't much worth it now. It's about acceleration, and the problem is it doesn't end up accelerating very well either. He's gaining veteran to there. Pop smoke, get moving, don't stop up. He's putting now with marked vehicle on. Oh, for heaven's sake, why did you do that? Panzers are going off here. Not sure why he's charging in the Flak Panzer here. This is an absolutely botched shot assault right there from BlazingStorm. Mine going off, they're almost warming up the Panzer Grenadiers. Flak Panzer going down, heavy losses right there, and he was even so close to getting the Tiger tank, so why he rushed in like that is beyond me. He should have just waited for the Tiger. Instead, he didn't, and well, as you might be noticing, he ended up taking rather heavy losses in the process. Had he had the Tiger joining in, I think he could have done it much better without suffering massive casualties and certainly not losing him to 2 Panzer IV like that. I mean, at the very least, he should have popped down some smoke before charging in headlessly like that.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Oh, we do note some partisans. Actually, there's submachine gun partisans.
Ready to join forces with us.
Well, that really was a massive blunder right there from BlazingStorm, which could possibly have cost him the game. And there you go, the Tiger does arrive minutes after everything else just been wiped out. That was definitely not well done right there. Definitely not well done. And the only BlazingStorm there was the one of his tanks bursting open in flames. Never mind, he gave that HUD-5 free experience, in particular now it's halfway to Veteran T3 and if HUD-5 goes there, that's going to make things extremely difficult for any armour, even the Tiger. So the HUD-5 has a massive rate of fire. And certainly, one thought is, at the same time, you know, considering the attack destroyers and all that, maybe, just maybe he should have tried taking up and aiming for a Panther right there, since it does have more speed compared to the Tiger, and thus would be a bit more emphasized, well suited for hunting down tank destroyers. Plus, he probably could have gotten out earlier, but then again, maybe not. But nonetheless, a thought there. So of course, the Tiger is more suited for wiping out the infantry. Bouncing off several shots there. At the same time, again, this HUD-5 again extremely close now already to Veteran T3. That high rate of fire is not something to be taken lightly.
We are losing territory.
Not one bit. I'm also deeply surprised he's not using Panzer Execution on one step at all. I mean, he probably could have saved that Panzer IV had he gone for it. Or for that matter, at the mortar after going down a smoke screen. And now we do see some spy network up, which actually needs to use his commander more aggressively here and more fully. Good Ozena. Another Panzer gun squad there arriving for BlazingStorm. But 3 HUD-5 tank destroyers, that's definitely an awful lot of anti-tank firepower right there for Ozena.
Spies are ready to reveal enemy positions.
Yes, comrade?
Assault gun ready for action.
Bit of mortar fire there. Troops reinforcing, Tiger hanging out.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
Getting a Pack 40 out. Those days fast can work at the same time with the snipers working together, and it's going to be a bit more limited. Mortar attack needs to fall back though. Pop smoke, pop smoke. Christ, every HUD-5, by the way, he managed to miss in that first volley. Ah, that is the luckiest mortar half-track ever to exist. But now he does have a massive issue here. Veteran D3 HUD-5, it has a high rate of fire, so it's quite maneuverable. Tiger tank it. Oh, they're turning around here. Power thing issue, power thing. But at the same time, Mark vehicle up. Tiger needs to get out of the pop smoke. No, no, you're getting stuck. Oh, heaven's sake. Looks like BlazingStorm is not really good at pulling off armored assaults. He can pull off a good early game, but he rather seems to falter when it comes to the mid and later game. And there's a problem pulling off any sort of sensible assaults. So now as they're being pushed away, Panthers need to fall back. Rockets going in. Doing a bit of damage to the 5 minutes before it's recovering though. Looks like he's trying to rely on the Panthers to do the work. I mean, with little infantry and other things to cover it, I mean, that's not an entirely bad idea.
All units are here.
But it is a bit risky nonetheless. After quite a bit of resource here being flooded by Ozena, more infantry really would be a good idea. Looks like more partisans are being added to the mix here. This time on with SVT-40s.
We now call upon local partisan forces, Comrade Commander.
Mortar half-track in dire need of repairs. The mortar itself not working either. Basically now being a bent metal pipe for all intents and purposes. But back to BlazingStorm here. Still got a reasonable force, but again, those armoured assaults, no idea why would insist. I mean, I suppose one reason could be he's just not used to using SU-5s much, because lately they haven't really been seeing much since Collins with the doctrinal tanks have been a bit more popular. But still, don't attack an SU-5 head on. Don't. You really want to flank them. The only thing that might have a chance of attacking the SU-5 head on, one-on-one that is a Panther, and even then, it's not necessarily the most effective method. And even then, you don't want to be slugging it out with an SU-5 in most cases. So not really well handled there by BlazingStorm. Definitely a massive tactical failure to try and attack an SU-5 head on, in particular now the Veterans 3-1. I mean, that is armoured suicide. That high rate of fire will tear through any tank. Small assault going in here, not really much covering there. Commies got get wiped out though. Veteran 3 doing well here. Still no light machine gun, by the way. Still no light machine gun. Second sniper team, by the way, out for Ozena. Trying to freeze him to death, left and right.
You found something?
Yeah?
Frozen grenadiers here.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Veteran 2, by the way, on the pack 40. That's good. Going for the cop one there, avoiding the mines. Good, good. And the Veteran 3 SU-5 moves out. Been a bit of a while since we've seen them, but they are nonetheless extremely lethal once they arrive at that stage.
This is now German territory.
And are pretty much one of the best, if not the best, tank destroyer then in this game. A Veteran 3 SU-5. Absolutely nothing to be taken lightly.
Give us something to do.
Our position is under attack!
Since not only the high rate of fire and the high range, but also the high mobility then makes it extremely lethal and very difficult to deal with, and then you really need to sort of basically flank it or catch it with a Panther fast to a certain extent, limiting mobility. Then you need to fall back rather, Chanel. The Kampfgruppe Schultz is not doing too well here anymore.
Yes?
Pioneers ready for
Pioneers
anything.
freezing to death, which is usually what I want to avoid. Just saying.
Pack crew is
Soldiers are freezing. Move them to cover immediately.
We are ready for
Standing by.
Panzers here, but they need to get moving. Don't hold back. I mean, if you're going to flank, then do it. Don't just stand about there waiting for someone to spot you and really flanking assault. I mean, in a case of surprise, in a case like that, surprise is the best tool. Don't let the opponent get time to sort of figure out what you're doing. In particular, don't let your men freeze to death out in the middle of the road. It looks like things are falling back here for BlazingStorm. Drive grenade. Ow, that was just devastating right there. Several snipers down. Katyusha going in there for the Panzers. They're rather close to each other and rather close to the Katyusha. Need to fall back. Zurückfahren.
Conditions clear. The blizzard is gone.
And BlazingStorm is definitely now beginning to fall apart here. Falter his efforts, getting more and more ragged.
Reports of infantry freezing to death. I don't expect that's good for morale. The enemy is taking our territory.
Another Tiger tank. I really don't think another Tiger tank is going to work much here versus 3 SU-5s. In particular, 1 Veteran 3. And with marked vehicle, I mean, that's really the perfect recipe for taking down any one tank of that caliber. Its only chance is basically maneuvering faster than they can actually handle, or with larger numbers. And the Tiger tank. Sadly, it's neither of those. The current composition here that Ozena has is perfect for knocking out a Tiger tank. Half straight down there. Pack40's getting off 2 shots, but no target weak point. A massive missed opportunity right there. Again, target weak point.
Pioneers here.
Awaiting orders.
And again, we see him just charging forward with the Tiger. Coming under fire there from 185. Mark vehicle will likely go up any moment now. 85 turning, and there we go. And as you might be noticing now, the health is vanishing rather rapidly, particularly the F-85 here is just shooting so fast. And that Tiger simply did not last long. Of course, seems to be betting more on the Panzers to close up fast, but again, they simply can't move fast enough. Particularly not to catch the F-83 F-85. It's going to be more about good maneuvering and catching it on its retreat path, essentially. So right here, BlazingStorm pretty much fumbled it again. I mean, it really doesn't seem to know how to handle F-85s anymore, which is quite interesting to note, by the way.
We have 200 points remaining.
But in essence, going for a Tiger tank when dealing with that many F-85s, I think, was pretty much the large mistake. At least not waiting then to have several tanks to aid the Tiger tank. Like right then when he actually had some other tanks. But squad's getting wiped out, forces being pulled back rapidly. Another sniper team, by the way, for Ozena. Left side being lost rather rapidly to partisans and other fun things.
Smell that?
And these need to fall out of there.
Take cover!
Sniper!
We have casualties!
And there we go.
Hands now! What do you need?
That's pretty much game over.
Sector.
Game over. A loss there for the Kampfgruppe Schultz, which again was doing so nicely, but once he had the armor for some reason, he just lost all confidence, despite again having held the field points there for some time. And again, that was also one of his major problems. He couldn't take the advantage he had actually sort of solidified into something serious. Again, he had the Panzer IV, he could easily play around with it for several minutes before his opponent was able to react to it, but he didn't. He could also set something else to sort of make things more difficult here, but he didn't. He could have waited for the Tiger before putting off that Panzer assault, but he didn't. Or he could have tried flanking, but he didn't. Or he could have popped smoke, but he didn't. Again, there were so many things he didn't, and instead his armoured assaults basically turned out some pretty clumsy Soviet stuff, which pretty much intended to charge forwards, but he simply didn't have the numbers to pull it off, which really is then how you shouldn't be doing it. It's really some large mistakes there for BlazingStorm with his tanks, and he definitely needs to improve upon his armour tactics, as they do seem rather woeful in many regards. And same thing with the Panzer gunners, again just trying to charge head on, and that was really sort of where things fell apart. He just kept charging head on, and his opponent kept outplaying despite barely having any infantry, which is actually a nice little achievement there by Ozena. Good use by them from his commander usage, ability usage using Tripwire Flare Mine to sort of set up a proper defense even in a blizzard. Well played there. Good use of his 85s, not getting them wasted. Good use of a target weak or marked vehicle, all those things. BlazingStorm did make good use of the S-mines, but again, rather failed to sort of capitalise further beyond that. So again, that is a bit of an issue, to be honest. Although I also have to say, I mean, he was trying to rely on Blitzkrieg, which is a nice idea, but Blitzkrieg currently simply doesn't work. It's rather unfortunate, yes, but it doesn't really give you any sort of Blitzkrieg momentum with it, which really renders it not frightfully useful, I'm afraid. But there you go, nice to see some rather more rarely used tank destroyers at the moment in the field, and not even the use as a great use. But again, BlazingStorm, learn to do more things than just attack head on. Again, if you absolutely must insist on attacking head on, use smoke. And again, that was another mistake. He never used Panzertactician to then get his tanks out there once he realised things were not looking good. So there you go anyways, hope you enjoyed this match, hope you learned something from it, hope you got some clear ideas of things. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay of your own and provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.